we're live and we are going to be painting some stuff today. I hope everyone's ready for some painting. Today we're going to be painting G.I. Joe Mission Critical. So we're going to show you how to do this. Pretty easy. Everyone's going to have fun. It's going to be a good time. Whoa, I don't know if, someone's on. Red Hood's on and he's early. That's right. We're early because I want to get this over with. We got a lot of stuff to do. We've got 5 of these hero figures we got to do. We got good old Duke. There's Duke ready for us to lead the G.I. Joe team. You got good old Snake Eyes. He's ready to kick some butt. Too bad there's no White Shadow for him to, Storm Shadow for him to fight. There's good old Scarlett. She's down there. She's Scarlett because she's got red hair, of course. So we're going to paint some red hair. We're going to paint some crossbow action. We got good old Cover Girl, who's the tank driver. She came with the Wolverine tank thing in the toys. So she's blonde. In the this must be the new comics version of her because the original version of her, she's more brown hair. So we're going to do maybe a combo of both. Who knows? And then you got Stalker, and he's just a badass, and he's gonna be interesting because if we want to get crazy, we can try to paint some camo. I don't know if we can do it, but we're going to try it. So we'll see what happens. So those are the 5 heroes that we're going to be painting. And then we've got 5 villains that also need to get painted. Yeah, these models are big. I like the big chunky models. There's your good old Cobra Commander. Here's your good old Baroness. And Baroness is great because she wears all black, so this will take like 2 seconds to paint. There's your Major Blood. Major Blood's going to be kicking some major butt. Here's your, I forget this guy's name, he's the underwater dude. And then Dr. Mindbender, obviously, he's going to be just mainly skin and a black cloak. So a lot of these guys should be pretty easy to paint. They're just going to take a little while because they're so big. And then we got a ton of these little trooper dudes that we're just going to paint. Half of them are blue. These are the red guards and the blue guards. So I think, let me see if I have a picture of these guys. Yeah. These are the Crimson Guard. That's what these guys. So we're going to paint these guys red with black masks. And then we've got the Cobra Troopers. And these guys are blue. So we're going to be painting these guys blue. And there's a lot of those, so we're going to be doing a little bit of a Chinese assembly line. So there you have it. Hey, Crickstar's here too. Good deal. All right, so where do we get started on this? Well, obviously, we should start painting the leader of the group, good old Duke. So here's what we're going to do. And you'll notice that all of these I've already primed them and did a gray and white dry brush on them. So if anyone wants to know how to do that, I have other videos that show you how to do that. But this is how I start pretty much all of my painting is getting this kind of thing so that way you can see the shadows, but you still have some gray tone, and then you have some really nice bright whites for where we want to have the brighter colors. Hey, Felipe is here. And yes, Destro is on the expansion, and I'm getting the expansion in the mail this week, so I might show you guys how to paint the expansion. This is cool. And I can't wait for Zartan. Zartan is my favorite of the bunch, so it's going to be awesome. So what do we want to do? Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to use these wonderful things called contrast paints. And contrast paints are basically kind of like thinned out paints that will they'll seep into the crevices and create darker areas in the crevices, but they'll keep lighter colored areas in the I guess surfaces, on the surfaces. That's what I'm looking for. So we're going to pick up some colors. Pretty much Duke has got kind of an army green color and then a tan color for his shirt. So let's get started. My standard army green color is Citadel makes this paint called Creed Camo. You can't even see it because I use it so much, but Creed Camo. It's basically their camouflage green color. This paint is pretty dark actually compared to the newer contrast paints. So I hope it's not going to be too dark, but we'll see how it goes. So what we end up doing is just taking some of this paint. I'm just going to start with this paint so that you guys can see what's going on. And you're just going to take this paint and kind of lightly apply it so that it covers over. You'll notice that basically the shadows and stuff underneath are preserved, and the color is just kind of going on top. So it really gives you a nice nice effect to keep your colors. The thing with this though is that this color is still pretty dark, so we want to apply it pretty lightly, almost like you're dry brushing the contrast paint. And you can see it's already kind of that's like army green, which is what we want. You can just use a big old brush. I go through these brushes all the time because contrast paints tend to ruin brushes, so you gotta kind of be careful with that. All right, so because what happens is the contrast paints get all sticky and they'll stick the bristles together, and then the bristles will start like they won't have as a fine touch to them anymore. All right, so that is our green pants. I think we're going to give him green boots too. Yeah, just got to darken these boots up a little bit. We'll color these with a darker black later, but at the end of the day, that's that. All right, so let's go to the next color, which is going to be this tan color. For me, my go-to tan color is a little color that we like to call Agorose Dunes. Agorose Dunes is, well, like the name suggests, it's like a dune, like a sand color. So it gives a nice little sand color to it. And we just put that right on top like so. That's basically his shirt. I got kind of a big brush going on here, but if you want more control, you can always use a little bit of a smaller brush. But these brushes are all super cheap brushes. All right, so there you go. I'm hoping these will all be this easy. Just pants, shirt, and we're ready to rock. All right, cool. Yeah. There he is. We're getting there. You can see it's a little bit dark, so we might end up doing a little bit of highlights on that at the end just to spice it up. All right. I forgot this bandolier he's got is green also, and his belt is green, so we should just go back to the green. Now here's the thing: I've been using that Creed camo, but that Creed camo is really dark, and there's a couple of newer greens out there that are kind of a little bit brighter. So let's try something like this Mandaris green. This might be too bright. Or we could try this Mantis Warriors green. We have these two different kind of greens. I'm going to try this Mantis Warriors green. This is a little bit more of like I don't know, it looks more like a sewage color, which could also be good for a kind of a dirty belt. We'll see what happens. Let's see what this color looks like. All right, so we'll put this on here. Oh yeah, that's really cool. And then that also makes the belt look different than the pants. Oh, sorry. This is more like a, I don't know what I want to say, Ninja Turtle green, maybe? Right, that's cool. This is definitely the color we're going to use for Stalker. I think Stalker has a really cool camo green there. All right, cool. Yeah, the cartoon is the best. I think I collected the figures when I was younger, so it's really cool to see these figures coming back for sure. All right, one last thing. As you can see, it's kind of hard to see what Duke's boots are going on there, but he's got definitely some kind of armor here that I think is going to be more gold than black, but we'll see. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to keep this green out. We're going to do Stalker next, but I'm going to get a gray out. This gray contrast is really great. It's called Basilicum Gray. And it's really great for a couple things. For me, it's awesome for guns. It's a base for a gun because it will take the silver. We have a silver paint that'll go on top of it, and it'll really make it look. It just makes it look heavy for some reason, or weighty. It feels like it's a real gun at that point. All right. Then we're going to do his little boot. Here he is. You'll notice this contrast paint kind of goes on gloppy, so you want to be able to control it. You don't want it to pool up or anything. And this is cool. So what we're doing is just the darker areas. We're going to put some gold on top of this just to make it pop. All right, cool. So that's that. Now we just got to do his flesh and his hair. See how fast we can get this done. Second. My Norton is fucking me. All right. So Red Hood, this was a Kickstarter game, but it's also Renegade Games has all of the Kickstarter stuff available on their website. So it's not like there's nothing you can't get right now. I just got the base version because I wanted to play it first to see if it played cool. And it definitely plays cool. It's pretty fun. So I can't wait to show it to you. Played on Friday. That'll be cool. All right. So for flesh, I always use good old Guillemot flesh. It's a contrast paint by Citadel called Guillemot flesh. All right. Let me just put that right on his face. Sorry for the light getting blown out. All right, cool. That's his flesh. Let's give him some hands. Now, you'll notice this Guillemot flesh goes on pretty dark too, but we're going to clean it up with some real flesh color in a second. Blanco. All right. Again, we're just trying to speed paint these guys, so we'll get them pretty quick. We're not winning any awards. We're just trying to get it to the table. All right. So next thing we do is use my new favorite yellow. This is called Imperial Fist. I used to use the iodine yellow, but iodine yellow is more like if you need something that has a tinge of orange in it. But this is just straight up yellow. And Duke is like the blondest of the blonde guys. So you gotta give him some blonde hair. All right, just like that, we got Duke with some blonde hair. Sorry, my lighting is all screwy. Maybe you can see better that way. All right, cool. Just a couple more things we want to do with good old Duke. First, we're going to put some real flesh on him. So, hey, Best of Star Trek. This is not an old game. This is a new game, and it just came out. It's basically Renegade made a game called Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid. And that game's been out for a while now, and they've done a lot with it. There's a lot of expansions and stuff. And this game uses that system. They call it the Guardian system. And it's so then you could even have G.I.Joe guys fighting Power Rangers, which is kind of cool. This is not a contrast paint. This is a layer paint called Kislev Flesh. This is what I use for all of my fleshy flesh, my finished flesh. It goes on top of the Guillemot flesh really great because the layer paint is kind of like it's transparent just a little bit. It's not as transparent as the contrast paints, but it'll show what's underneath, and what's underneath is good old this darker flesh color. So when we put that on, it really brightens it up, makes it look like real flesh. It's pretty cool. I don't want to put it on too thick because these guys are in the army after all. They're very dirty. Very dirty guys. All right, so there's Duke. Man, I haven't painted in a while, guys. I'm sorry. I don't have my good camera angles and good lighting. So I hope you guys can see how it's going. All right, so there's Duke's fleshy hand. Let's get some Duke face. Just gonna brighten up that face. It's just like a layer paint, so almost like dry brush it on. Right, and we're just going to give it a little dab on the cheeks. Dab on the nose. A little dab on the forehead. All right. Not bad, right? Piece of cake. So now we're just going to put some silver on the gun and some gold on his legs, and we're on to the next one. All right, so we're gonna, for good old steel, we use our Rune Fang steel. This is a metallic paint. Metallic paints look great. We're going to just take a brush I don't care about. I'm going to take one of these crazy wild and woolly brushes that I got that's left over. I'm going to stick it in the paint. I'm going to, on the towel, kind of just wipe it on the towel. So it's kind of, doesn't have a lot of paint on there, just a little bit of paint. And we're just going to kind of brush it on here where we think there's metal parts. Just gives a little shine to it. All right, and then I don't know if he has any metal bits on his belt, maybe. I'll just give it a little wash to give it a little shininess so that I can pick it up. Cool, cool. Philippe says, this game is compatible with Power Rangers 1. I bet we will also get a Transformers version 2. Yes, that's what I was thinking, Philippe. That would be so cool if there was a Transformers 1. Because you got to have Transformers versus G.I. Joe, right? That would be awesome. All right, here is our Auric Armor Gold. This is my gold metallic paint. Pretty much these are the only two metallic paints I ever use because everything's either going to be gold or silver. Same deal, I just wiped it off, so it's on this kind of wacky brush. And I'm just going to do like a little dry brush on his little belt areas here. All right, and then instead of dry brushing, we're actually going to that a little bit thicker. All right. Cool and cool. I think that's Duke. Well, just last looks. We want to make sure we got what we need because we're not going to go crazy with these guys. We just want to get them good enough. All right, cool. I think we got Duke. Duke is in. Who's next up? Well, I think we should do Stalker next. So here's what we're going to do. We said we wanted to use this. This is really now my go-to. My new camo color is this Mantis Warriors green. All right, if it needs camo, we're going to use this. So let's go ahead and use it. All right, and he is pretty much green all over. So again, he should be pretty easy to paint. Yeah, even his kind of boots are green. Oops, got too much on there. I think his knee pads are black. He's got like little black stuff. He's got a black belt. Other than that, everything else is green. I'm pretty sure his boots are green too. I can't remember. But we'll just go full green boots. No, it's got to be black boots. We're going to leave it. You know what? Let me look online really quick and see. Where's my phone? This is when you got to have references. I didn't have any references. G.I.Joe Stalker. Here we go. Yeah, definitely looks like black boots. That's black boots for sure, right? Right. All right, but this is all going to be green, green, green. All right, just like that. We got camo. The cool part is it has like already like little built-in divots that kind of look like camo already, but we're gonna see how that goes. These are pockets are green too. All right. Cool, cool. And then last but not least, you're going to have your Ranger Beret. All right. There we go there. Let's go back to our gray for the gun. Again, our standard gunmetal primer is gray. This silicone gray, so I'm going to put that on the gun. Right, Red Hood, I wish I had the old toys again. I totally got rid of all my old toys years ago, but I used to have all of the only G.I. Joe thing that I still have is not an official G.I. Joe, but it's a 12-inch Zartan figure, which is pretty awesome. I might pull that figure out for the Friday playthrough show, so that'll be fun. All right, and then these knee pads are going to also be gray. Whenever something is black, you almost always, in the contrast paint, you want to start with gray. You can always build up the grays to a darker color, but the contrast black paint is like super black. So unless you want something like black as midnight, it's always better to use gray to start. All right, but I think his boots I do want to be black as midnight, so we're going to use the black contrast paint. And the black contrast paint we use is called Black Templar. But it said I took 6 moving boxes worth of figures and vehicles and sold them to my comic shop when I was a teen. I regret it to this day. Yep. I also regret selling a bunch of stuff. I had all of the old Star Wars figures. And I just got rid of them. I didn't have any space to store them, but man, I wish some of them would be. And when I was playing this game, all of the cards in this game, especially they have this whole vehicle system where you can use vehicles, and all the vehicles are old vehicles I actually had, which was so cool to see them like on cards. All right, here we go. Looks like he's got like a little, I'm going to give him a black shirt. Just make that a little bit different. All right, cool. Now we need his face. So Stalker has dark skin, so we're going to use something. I tend to do a couple of different things, but the main thing I have been doing lately is using Gore-Grunta fur, but using it super light. This Gore-Grunta fur is really good for leather, and yeah. In fact, let me show you. I'm gonna color some of his little, like his little thing on his belt here. And you can see it looks like a leather. It makes it look like a leather pouch, right? So that's like you can also call it maybe a chocolate color. It's like yellow and not yellow. It's like leather and wood. Wood is the word I'm looking for. So if you have wood things that you need done, you can do that. But it also, if you put it on super light, it's a way to do darker skin. Right, who would have thought? Gore-Grunta fur. right, then he's got a little goatee and hair, which we're gonna do black. Normally I'll do black hair with a gray, but this one I think we definitely want it to be black. Okay, we want to be real careful though, because this black is super dark. So if you get it on anything, it's hard. It's hard to get off. So don't plop it on or anything. All right, and then we're gonna do this is the hardest part, getting the goatee without getting black on his face. All right. Sorry, I tend to not talk when I do the delicate bits. All right, cool. So yeah, I think that's his face done and done, right? I notice he's got a little neck, but that's not his neck. That's actually like a shirt collar. So you know what? I'm gonna make it. We need to go back with the green on that. So let's just do that. This is like a collar. All right. Yeah, baby. There he is. All right, let's do. Oh, I forgot his hands. We need to go back to the Gorgon fur, because not just his face, but face and hands are the same color. Again, super light. Look, he's got like this hand is barely anything. He's got fingers. There's fingers on this side, holding the gun. Right, and there's fingers on this side. There we go. Now let's get some silver on that gun. So we go to our Runefang Steel. Runefang Steel. And let's just dry brush it a little bit. And well, we definitely want this to be steel. You could just highlight on the barrel or what the steel parts would be, but I kind of just dry brush the whole thing so it gives like a little reflective. Looks like dirty metal, so the whole thing's kind of metal. I'm also going to give a little bit of this steel to his little knee pads to break up the darkness there. And then he's got something here on his arm that I figure might be something metal. He has a little bit of a, yeah, there we go. Oops. They're like elbow pads. And I just do this a little bit to make it kind of look like where the shoelaces would be. There's going to be like metal clasps there, that kind of thing. All right, cool. I think that's it for Stalker. The only other thing with Stalker would be if we wanted to try to simulate camo, we would put different colors of green on it. But I think let's leave that for now. We'll see if we have time left at the end. All right, who do we want to tackle next? Well, I think the easy one is Snake Eyes because he's just all black. So it's going to be gray and then some silver, and that's pretty much it. So let's grab a gray, silicone gray. We're just going to cover his whole body. I know you might be like, well, why did you highlight him and stuff if you're just going to make him gray? Well, these contrast paints also kind of make a kind of a glossy look to it, so it kind of adds. Because what happens is when you dry brush this stuff on, it kind of looks a little bit chalky, so it kind of takes the chalkiness away. You don't have to totally, like in this case, since I want it to be darker anyway, I'm not going to completely go super dark on this, but I just want to kind of cover it so it looks black, but you don't ever want it to be fully black is the thing, right? Because no one can see black. The whole figure would be just a giant glob of black. And that's a no good. All right, I think that's good enough. So now we've got basically a gray with some highlights in there. And now we're going to go to a silver because you'll notice that Snake Eyes, his visor's silver. He's got like silver on his arms. So it's a really good just way to put some little silver highlights all over. And he'll be gone. He'll be done. So Felipe Mascaran has, I'm interested how you found this this channel. I'm glad you were able to come and see the G.I.Joe goodness. All right, first things first, we want to make his blade silver. So I'm going to kind of, just on the edge, make the edge of this thing silver. And then, you know, with kind of Japanese blades, you want like this kind of a pattern on it. It's silly, I know, but all right. So now he's got his little sword out. Now we're going to do the visor. And yeah, we just want to. I didn't want to. I'm more dry brushing than painting on because I don't want to. Don't want to have globs of silver. The silver paint will really kind of get all over. It's definitely got some silver here. You can see that. This whole thing is probably silver here. Silver it up. I may be going a little bit overboard on the silver, but I don't like characters to just be completely black. Other than that, it's pretty easy. Just black and silver. That's it. It's cake. All right, that's it for Snake Eyes, I think. 3 down, 2 to go for Heroes. And we're at 41 minutes. Who says you can't paint this whole thing in a couple hours? All right, let's do CoverGirl. She's probably going to be a little bit easier. I'm going to start with her flesh this time. Girls have to be a little bit better flesh-wise. So I'm going to do our same thing. We're going to use the Guillemot flesh. Guillemot flesh, there it is. We'll put that in here. And we're off to the races. Put that on her face. When I prime these things, I typically make the faces for women more of just a straight base white because female faces are normally smoother. So you don't want a lot of grit or shading. And we're going to touch this up with heavier paint anyway, but heavier flesh paint. This is just our base layer. All right. While we're here, let's put the gray on the gun. When we dry brush silver on top of gray for the guns, you got to wait for the gray to dry. So it's a good idea to do the gray kind of earlier than later, so that way you'll know to be dry. I just got it on our fingers. That's fine. We're going to paint over those fingers later. All right. All right. Now here's her color scheme. She's got like this leather coat with a tan shirt with a light brown pants. So this tan shirt's the same tan as the Duke tan shirt. So let's grab our Agros Dunes and get her shirt going. All right, so that's going to be her shirt inside, which you can see the inside's kind of dark, so we might need to actually lighten that up somewhat. And it's also going to be her collar here. All right. Now for her coat, we could use the Gorgonta fur because that's like a leather, or I have this, which I just like to use. It's called snakebite leather. Snakebite leather. And that tends to look, it has a nice like kind of leather coat feel to it. I don't want to put it on too heavy, but yep, CoverGirl was cool. She came with a it was sort of like a tank, but it was a tank that had missiles on it called the Wolverine. And I guess, that came around the same time as the movie Red Dawn, where they're like Wolverines. So the whole thing was awesome. And there's a vehicle in the game that she can actually command the Wolverine. It's pretty wicked. I guess I don't want to give away I'll say that I like the game, but I don't know that she likes the game. She hasn't played it yet, so we'll see what happens. All right, look at that coat. On and on. See, you don't need to take, I mean, a lot of people will take hours and hours doing this stuff, but you just want to get some colors on there. And if you do this with the contrast paints, it's a lot easier. You can get a good look pretty easy. All right. So that looks pretty good for her coat. Let's go ahead and do her hair. This is my conundrum. Do I make her blonde like they have her here, or do I make her like the original 1980s cover girl? I'll just show everybody if you don't know. All right, this is that's what the original cover girl looked like. Totally brown hair for sure. But I think the newer ones are blonde, so I'll go with the blonde. Mainly because blonde is it'll pop more than brown hair. Brown hair it can get really dark really quick, and we don't want that. So cover girl is a blonde. Let's see what we can do. Maybe she gets her hair color from Duke. All right, she's got cool hair. I like the sculpt on this hair. Is very easy to paint. And it's a little darker. That's what I wanted. More like a dirty blonde than a super bright blonde. All right, 2 more things. We need to find a brown for her pants. And what is her? Does she have black boots? I forget. This is why, excuse me, game manufacturers, but when you have minis to paint, have some damn reference colors for you. All right, you know what? It looks like her boots are the same color as her jacket. So let's get the leather back. Here's my snake bite leather. We're going to make these boots this color. Yeah, that's cool. I dig it. All right, then we just need to figure out. Her pants are like a really light brown. If you haven't noticed, I don't like to mix colors. I like to find a good color that will work for whatever. So, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go to our Gorgrunta fur. Oh no, yes, this is what I want to use. Skeleton Horde is a good. It's like a light brown color, but it's not like sand color. Because you can see here, her pants are pretty light brown, so we don't want to go too dark on that. So I think this might work out pretty good. Yep, totally cool. It's like I planned that or something. All right, cool. Yeah, I really like that. All right, one last bit is that she's got some leather pouches and stuff. So you would think, hey, leather pouches, why don't I go back to my leather color? Well, unfortunately, the leather color looks good for leather coats, but it doesn't look good for pouches for some reason. So that's why I end up using this Gore Grunta fur for bags and pouches. It's also great for wood and other stuff like that. So yeah, she's got a couple of pouches on her little side. She's got a belt. This belt is going to be this color. It's not too much. Just wipe that off a little bit. Because I think these are more her pants pockets now that I meant. They're not really pouches, they're pockets in the pants, as you can see from this side. So I don't think I'm going to paint that. Let me just go back to Skeletal Horde. There are no mistakes. There's only fixing it. So I put the Skeletal Horde back on and it'll blend it a little bit better. It's okay if they're a little darker. I just want them to be closer to the color of the pants. All right, cool. Last thing is to get the silvering of the gun. Get some Runefang steel. Beepity, bippity, boppity. And boom, boom, boom. All right. Then there is one last thing that we want to do, which is brighten up her flesh because she's a pretty woman. So we want to make sure that her flesh color, she has man flesh. All right. So we can put some of this onto her hand. Onto this hand. And she's got silver fingers, no more. All right, cool. Then we just want to get our face a little lighter. So trick I always do is start with the nose. Just put a little dab on the nose. Put a little dab on the forehead. Put some on the cheeks. And then under the chin. And just like that, CoverGirl's ready for action. How are we doing so far, everybody? Hanging in there? Because we are at 1 hour and we have one hero left. If I can do this, if I can do Scarlett in 4 minutes, we will have done all 5 heroes in less than 1 hour. Right now, Scarlett is weird because Scarlett needs to, well, first things first, her hair is still a little bit dark, so I want to just lighten that up a bit before I apply color to it. So we're going to use our standard Wraithbone base color. And I'm just going to put a little bit of a, I don't know what's good to use here. Just going to try to brighten this up a little bit more. All right, I'm basically lightening up the areas that I want to be really smooth when I apply the paint to it. Because if it gets too dark, you won't be able to, when you put the color on it, the color will just be too dark. Okay, so, yeah, you know what it is, Red Hood? I think because these models are so much bigger, they're so much easier to paint quickly. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the flesh bits. We're going to put some Glulamon flesh right on that. Here's our Glulamon flesh. Hey, Jerry's here. All right, let's just get her face a rockin'. Blah, 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 blah. Feeling good, feeling good. And I'm going to say she does not have exposed hands. These are gloves. Pretty sure they're gloves. All right, then here's my conundrum. Is that the way they do her in the new one, she's got like a blue like base outfit with gold trim, but the original way, let me pull up the original Scarlett for you guys, you can see. Oops, there it is. That's the original Scarlett, and she's basically got a full gold bodysuit with blue. So there's still a blue, it's basically like a blue cat suit with gold armor. Let's call it that. All right, blue cat suit, gold armor. So then if we look here, the armor is going to be the legs, and so really we want blue for the base. All right, so what's a good blue for us? Well, this looks like a pretty bright blue. Yeah, it looks pretty bright blue. So we're going to use our good old Oh, I'm torn because I used to always use Talisar blue. Talisar blue, it's a bright blue, but it's still kind of dark. Whereas this Frost Heart, I think, is a better, you really can't tell, but it looks like it might be more of that color. We're going to try this Frost Heart and see how that goes. Because she is a woman after all, so she has to be lighter, I guess. All right, so we're gonna go blue here. Yeah, I do like that blue. Sometimes it's just hard to find the right colors. I think there's going to be some gold covering some of this blue, but we'll see how it goes. But for the most part, this is, oops. This is her little cat suit. Yep, cat suit blue. Do you like that? All right, I'm getting it. Sometimes you don't really see how it's supposed to go until the paint starts going on. Then you're like, oh, okay, I get it. Because this is her little midriff section is still cat suit. But then this top section is going to be gold. Got it. But then her arms are cat suit, right? See, now you can see. Now you can kind of see where the armor is. Right, so this is that. This is all going to be gold, I think, but I will leave it cat suit in the middle. Interesting. Right, so the major difference of this version and Eddie's version is that her armor is not a one piece, it's a two piece. All right, cool. I do enjoy this. These newer contrast paints that came out are a lot lighter colors, which is really great for this style that I do, because it's to get the lighting right, you gotta still go pretty dark. The whole thing ends up being kind of dark, so if you have lighter colors to go over the dark, it works better. All right, cool. I think we got all the cat suit elements. All right, so we're done with that blue. Now I'm going to go gray, because there's a couple of things. Anything that is gold, or any of our metallic paints, gold or silver, are going to want a gray background, because you can't put gold on top of white, because it doesn't look good. So we're going to, these areas that would be gold armor are going to be gray for now, and then we're going to put gold on top of the gray. All right, piece of cake. And this is like a steel crossbow, so normally crossbows are wooden, but hers is steel. All right, she does have a black belt, so might as well make that gray for now, and we can darken it up later. All right, this handle of this knife is gray, so we'll make that gray there, handle of knife gray. And then we just got these elements. All right, then her feet. How am I doing? Oh man, I am 6 minutes over. But Scarlett's my favorite, so I'm going to give her a little extra time. All right, let's see, what do we want to do here? Knee pads and boots. All right, cool and cool. Looking good. All right, now we're going to do her hair. So everyone's like, oh, well, Scarlett hair is red hair, of course. You must use a red paint, right? Hell no, we use Griffhound Orange for our red hair. Because red hair is never red. It's always orange. Do. Yeah, buddy. There is so the cool part about this game is that because it's basically, I never played the Heroes of the Grid game or the Power Rangers game, but when I played this, it definitely felt like Marvel United, but for grown-ups. And the cool part about it is, like, with Marvel United, there's enemies coming at you and whatnot. And you gotta use your powers to stop them. But in this game, each hero has a deck of cards that's specific to them, and it's actually the stuff that they do, which is really cool. Like Cover Girl drives tanks and stuff, which is fun. All right, so, but anyway, I was going to say Scarlett has a card in the game that is just awesome. You roll like 8 dice or something. It's pretty crazy. All right, before I do any metal, I'm just going to do, there's a little bit of red in here. So there's some reds. I guess she's got like a little red, white, and blue theme going on. So for these reds, I think I am going to use a straight up red color. This is called Blood Angels Red. She, in this picture, it looks like she's got a little red on her legs, but we're not going to mess with her legs. But she has like a red gauntlet, and her knife sheath is red, and there's like some red straps. So I'm guessing. And then also I think, I want to get these cards all screwed up, but I'm pretty sure this little shoulder pad is like a red, white, and blue. We'll see how it goes. So first things first, what if I want to put some red on this? And we're going to make this little sheathy thing red. Sword, I guess. All right. She's definitely got like little swords and stuff going on here. All right, let's now go to a brown. I'm going to go to my good old Gore Grunt of Fur. So I want to just add some little details. First, she's got this little pouch on her side, so we're going to make that brown. Because that just breaks things up. I think this little thing is going to be the brown. I think this shoulders area is kind of a little bit brown. All right. Now, I guess there's one more thing we want to look up, and that's what is her little bow in the little thing that holds her arrows. What is that thing called? Oops, I guess, yeah, there we go. This is when you need to have references ready to go. No one ever shows her from behind. But I'm going to go with, I think it's just black. Her quiver, that's the word I'm looking for. Quiver. The quiver of arrows. This is me looking on the internet to see. I guess I can show you guys the internet searches. Is there anything on here that shows her from behind? Oh, here you go. Nope, there's no quiver in there. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, it's kind of like a green. That makes sense. That's very Robin Hood-y. Oh well. All right, cool. Well, and here's one that maybe shows that side pauldron a little bit better. And look at how many of these things there are. Ah, here we go. She has no quiver there. All right, so we're just going to go with brown. And yeah, let's see how it goes. All right, let's do this. We're gonna same color we use for the camo. We're gonna use to just give her a little quiver, a little bit of a green color. Because why not? All right. That's cool. That's cool. All right. The last thing we want to do is put gold on this bad boy. And I think we're ready to rock. So this is going to be super gold. All right, so let's start with her little what do you call these things on the feet? All right, gold and gold. because that's her shtick. She's basically blue and gold. All right. And the bustier. Let's do this. All right, cool. Gold gauntlets. Gauntlet me, bro. Carefully. You can see I used a little bit too much there and it splashed just a little bit. Oops. All right, I went a little bit over on the... This is something you can't do with resin figures, but with plastic figures you can do. If you spill your paint over a little bit, just take an X-Acto knife and kind of scrape it off a little bit. All right. I'm gonna give a little bit of the gold on this knife. All right. Now we're just giving some gold highlights to make it a little bit matchy match. All right, cool. Then we need silver for the crossbow, and we got all the heroes, which just leaves the villains. Crossbow. All right, yeah, I forgot one last bit. We just want to give a little bit more flesh color cleanup. So, you know the drill. Put a little on the nose, a little on the cheek, a little on the cheek. Cool beans. I think she's ready to go. All right, so to recap, we got good old Duke. We've got good old Stalker. We've got Snake Eyes. And we've got Cover Girl. She really came out cool. And now we've got Scarlett. Oh yeah, I forgot there's a little star on this. I'm going to give her a little gold star. There's a star on her little, what do you want to call that? Pauldron. There you go. That brights up that pauldron a little bit. Cool. Shin guards, yes, that's what they're called. Shin guards. All right, kids, I think we are, we've got our team ready to go. These are the good guys. They're done. So now it's time to crank out these bad guys. Well, I think the first person we should start with is Baroness, because Baroness is all black, so she should be super easy to do. So first things first, we want to get flesh. Glue them on flesh. She will cut you with her knife. She's a maniac. All right, cool. Let's do the gray. We're gonna give her the old Snake Eyes treatment, but instead of silver and gray, she's gonna be gold and gray. All right. I'm really totally out of photo references now. Where is she? Hold on a second. There she is. Baroness. All right, so she's got black hair. Yes, red, Cobra in the middle. Yeah, so there's red in here too. We need to get. All right, so let's do this. First thing we're going to do is just cover her in gray. All right, cool. That's her covered in gray. I'm actually going to go black for the hair. I don't normally do this, but she really has black hair. So I hope this isn't too black. The key is you got all these little highlights and stuff. You don't want to lose them. All right. Okay, then I'm going to just darken up areas that I think are too light. Cool, and then here's the trickiest part. She's wearing little glasses. I don't know if you can see that, but man, what a pain in the ass. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint sort of like she's wearing sunglasses. But then I can paint flesh in the middle, and then that'll give it the eyeball. It almost looks cooler like sunglasses, though. Okay, now there's one crucial thing that I didn't really think about when I painted this thing. She's got a Cobra logo in the middle of her. And we want this red to pop, so we're going to want to put this in white. Yep, she wears those sunglasses at night, that's for sure. All right, let's see. Brush that I care about. All right, so you can see there's a little, it's kind of like, I don't know, that's small enough, but you're not going to get that super detail, but that's her little Cobra symbol. And then her belt is also going to have a red, so we're going to want to. Because So what happens is when I put a red paint on this, if it's red on dark, it's going to be too dark. So we sort of want to paint anything we want red, and we want to paint it white first. And she has something on her hands that's red. She has little Cobra symbols on her hands, but you can't really see those, so we're not going to do that. All right, cool. This is called Two and Too Much. Nobody cares. No one's going to see it. All right, so let's get our red. I'm going to use this new, because even that other red is too dark. This ball red will be a little bit lighter, I think. And the idea is we just want to cover up the white we just made. That's right, Redhead. All this for the easy figure. Well, the thing is, she needs to look cool. Need to make sure she looks cool. All right, cool. That's it for red Cobra symbols on her. So now we're on to the gold. So here we go. We're going to do basically gold trim. You can see already the contrast paint has destroyed this brush. I have no nice smooth point on this brush. It blows. So what you do is you kind of twist the brush and try to get it to get a point back. Might have to get a new brush. All right, here we go. Do, 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 do. Golden pauldrons. Piece of cake. This is her hair. She has nothing gold on her. Whatever. So there's no other official gold things, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just give her little gold highlights. So we're going to just dry brush on these boots. Give them just a little gold hue. Figured there'd be a little bit more gold detailing. Like, why would there be gold detailing on the pauldrons and not on these shin guards? Might as well do it, right? All right, cool. She has golden guns, but I don't see any guns on her belt or anything. So let's just make that gold. Let's make these whole hand things gold. Anywhere you would think there would be like a ridge or something, and a little gold just give it a little interest. Oop, and I glopped it on. You can always wipe it off if you glop it too hard. All right, I'm getting a little getting too cocky. It's about time when it's time to hang it up. All right, cool. We're going to call that done. We're just going to give her some more flesh. Flesh, let there be flesh. And it's called Kislev Flesh. All right, Red Hood. Thanks for sticking with us. I know what it means to take the dog out. All right, here we go. Let's do the nose. Let's do the forehead. Let's do the cheek. Let's do another cheek. Now, if you want to get crazy, you could put a flesh in the middle of the eye, and then it'll look like she's wearing glasses and not sunglasses. But I'm not going to do that because I don't want to ruin it. Those sunglasses look pretty cool. And you're right, she needs lipstick. So let's get just a straight up Evil Sun Scarlett. This will be a good lip color, I think. Ooh. Doesn't look bad. I tried not to screw it up. I dig it. All right, cool. We're going to call it a day on Baroness. There's Baroness for us. Oh, wait, we got to give her gun silver. Sorry. See, it's always something to forget. Guns are silver, everybody. Oh, shit. Well, you can see a major mess up. I dumped her hair into the silver. That's no good. Let's see if I can get this silver off. That's why you got to be careful. Don't have your models all hanging around the paints. It's no good. cool. I think we're going to put her away before we ruin it any further. All right, cool. I dig it. We'll let her dry a little bit and come back to her while we think about who we need to get, which is definitely Cobra Commander. I mean, I'm starting to get to the end of this where I don't know how many ways we're going to get through, so we might as well get Cobra done first. Cobra Commander. Let's get another photo reference for Cobra Commander, shall we? Let's see. G.I.Joe Cobra Commander. Sorry, guys, I should add. See, typically what I do is I'll print out some photo references before I paint, and then I'll know what the heck we're painting. All right, so we're looking kind of, we definitely got to give him a chrome dome. It's definitely going to be all this blue color. That's the same blue color I think we used for Scarlett, so might as well use that same color. But what color is his cape? Oh, it looks like black. I think black is the cape. What say you, Internet? You think his cape is black? I think it's a black cape. Or we might just go dark blue. Yeah, this definitely looks black. All right, cool. So let's do this. We're just gonna cover the whole guy in blue. Yeah, we're gonna go back to our Frost Heart. I really like this paint. Hey, Best of Star Trek, no problem. This isn't really a show. It's just you guys watching me paint. Just not super exciting, but hopefully you guys find some enjoyment out of it. I'm just gonna paint this whole thing blue. What's funny is the way this figure is built, it kind of looks like Magneto. Yeah, I wonder if you can paint him in Magneto colors. That'd be funny. Okay, we're just going to do a straight up blue and black. With some silver highlights. That should be good enough. All right, here we go. One good thing is you guys get to see how I make up this shit as I go. Like I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just picking colors and hoping for the best. It's good to have a couple of go-to color palettes in your arsenal. All right, cool. All right, so the rest of these guys, we're going to do gray. Let's get our gray back. All right, here we go. Gray boots. Might turn those black later, but gray should be good for now. Gray sword. That's gonna be silver later. Remember, if you want things silver, you gotta get gray first. We're gonna go, I'm assuming he's got black gloves. We're gonna go black hands, black hands. This sash thing is black for sure, so we'll go this gray kind of color. All right, and then I was going to go blue on this, but I think gray is the way to go. Might darken it up later, but I have to make that Cobra hilt gold on that sword. Yeah, the hilt on the sword has to be gold for sure. He's going to have a lot of gold highlights. All right. This is a trick, is that we want to make sure that it doesn't pool. So I tend to just kind of flick it back and forth until it dries. If I did this in a much darker color, I wouldn't have to worry about the pooling so much, but you can really see the strokes. If you let it dry with pools, and if it pools and it gets dried, it'll just look awful. All right, cool. Let's now think about what's he got going on. Is there any other colors we care about here? I'm trying to think of which Cobra we're doing. I think we're closer. Like, I don't know what reference they're using for this, but yeah, he's mostly silver. He doesn't really have a lot of gold. So we'll see how it goes. So really just the sword's going to have a gold hilt. Everything else will be silver. All right, and he does have a little Cobra right here. So let's make that white. These little tiny details are kind of hard to get. I don't know if it'll read or not, but he definitely needs a little Cobra symbol on his lapel there. All right, let's get some silver action going. So what do we want to do? Silver. Runefang steel. And we want to just kind of highlight some of these bits. So he's got little buttons. We're going to steel up his buttons. Blanco, blanco, blanco. Blanco, blanco. And blanco. Definitely need to get his chrome face going, so we're just going to go straight up silver on that bad boy. Nothing subtle there. Cool. We're gonna. Did you prefer Cobra Commander in the helmet or in the hood? I always like the hood. I always like the hood too. I get the helmet is more functional. It seems more like you would see in army combat. So I like both. I think the hood is more. When he wore the hood, he was more jokey. Like everyone, like Destro and Major Blood are just like, really, this guy? But when he had the silver mask, I think he was more. I don't want to say badass. Cobra Commander was never badass, but he was more lethal. So even though I like the hood, I think the hood always makes me think more jokey than serious. All right. Dry brush will do you. Then we want to get this gauntlet. Yeah, these little Cobra symbols will be red. But that's cool to have a silver underlining. All right. Kind of want to leave his head alone. I don't need to do anything up there, but he definitely has these little shoes that we're going to silver up. Just a little dry brush will do you. All right, cool. Cobra's about done. We just got to get his sword cracking. All right. Sword is sortified, and this hilt, we said we're going to make gold, right? So let's make some gold magic happen. All right, because this is a snake. I didn't even get that. Didn't even get that. This is a snake head. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, that's totally cool. Yeah, I gotta hand it to them. These figures are pretty cool. The sculpts are like, they're kind of hard to paint because, you know, the pieces are so close to the bodies, but once you get them primed, they're easy to paint actually. So, all right, one last thing is I'm going to put some red over those little silver gauntlets. And there you go, Cobra Commander, ready for action. So he's the big boss of the game, so that's why we'll want to keep him, or make sure that he looks cool. Because you're going to see him at the end of every game. All right, it is now time for me to do a glove swap out because my gloves, see, that would all be on my fingers right now. So I'm just going to swap out my gloves really quick and get some new paper towel for dry brushing with. And then we've got just 3 more to go. I think we're just going to do 2. I think we're just going to do, well, we got to do Major Blood for sure. Major Blood is the guy. I always felt Major Blood was actually the real villain, and like it's like that. It's like when you go to work and your boss is clearly an idiot and you're an awesome dude. That's how I always felt about Major Blood. Like he's like, this is what we got to do to kill him, and the boss is like, no. Hey, Mark Forner's here. All right. Cool. So let's just review where we're at. We've got the heroes. We got Duke. He's all painted up and ready for action. We'll zoom in. Focus dumb camera. There you go. There's good old Duke for us. Then we've got Stalker, who's the ranger here. Whoa, Stalker is pretty awesome. And then we got Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes, he's ready to kill. And then we got Cover Girl. Whoa, Cover Girl. And then we've got Scarlett. And then we just did Baroness. And good old Cobra Commander. Wow. All right. So we got 3 villains left, and that's it. Hey, Astral Blue is here. I don't know who you are, but welcome. All right, so here we go. We've got Major Blood. What is Major Blood's color scheme look like? So let's take a look at some Major Blood. Because the traditional Major Blood looks like thusly. It's got some, whoops, I don't want to shop. I want images. There we go. Yeah, so he's pretty much like a burgundy with a metal, armor. Yeah, so here's your traditional Major Blood. So it's almost like a burgundy jumpsuit, and then he's got metal all over. All right, so that's how we're going to do it. Cool, thanks, Red Hood. I'm always worried if I rush these that they'll look stupid. because normally if you take more time, you can get a better result. But we're just trying to crank these out. So how's it go? All right, so here we go. First, we're gonna give Major Blood some flesh. We're gonna use Gilmon flesh, and we're gonna put it right on his face. Whoa, flesh, flesh around, flesh around. All right, cool. I'm gonna say he's got hands. A lot of these guys wear gloves, but all right. But yes, he's got a cybernetic hand here, so this is going to be a metal hand. That's right. I forgot he's got like robot shit going on. All right, cool. So here's the thing. What is a good kind of burgundy color we can use for his little undersuit outfit? I'm thinking it's probably going to be something like, yeah, we're going to just have to use Gryph-hound orange. I think it's going to be more of an orange color. So let's do Gryph-hound orange. Hey, all right, here we go. So, yeah, we're going to say this guy's got a jump shoot. Yeah, Red Hood, Blood Angel Red is going to be too red, and it's going to be too dark. These guys to be a little bit lighter. He is a little bit. I think this is a good color for him. It's actually more of a brown color, but even brown is going to be too dark for him. So I think using this kind of color, this orange color, is going to be better. Yes, I think I have, as they say in Indiana Jones, I have chosen wisely. All right, so he's going to get, this is going to be his whole shtick. It's like a flight suit, maybe. Jumpsuit. So let's see. Piece of cake. All right, and then he's going to get, everything else is pretty much silver for him. I think we're going to give him a brown belt, though. All right, blah, blah, blah. This is going to be all metal. This is all metal. This is all metal. Just do that. Okay, so I think we're done with the orange. Anything that's metal, we're going to cover in gray. So we're going to use our silicone gray. And let's do it. Your arm is metal. Boom, boom, boom. Your helmet is metal. Boom, boom, boom. All right. I can't wait to show you how this plays on Friday. It's actually, I'm wondering how it's going to play because I played it. There's really no solo mode on this game. And the 2-player version, I think, it seems too easy. But if you play 3-player, that seems to be the right way to play it. So when we play it on Friday, we might play it 3-player, and I might two-hand one of the characters. Because I really, I beat it pretty easy with 2-player. Because with 2-player, you get a lot more actions, and you can, and your dudes like follow each other. But in in 3-player, it's basically every player does an individual character themselves, and then it gets trickier of when to join in on battles and stuff with other characters. So hopefully that doesn't make me die too quick, but we'll see. All right, cool. So that's all the gray bits are going to be silver in a minute. Just got to leave that to dry a bit. So now I'm going to go back to our Gorgrunta fur. And I'm going to give this guy some leather belt. Leather belt. And I'm going to say these are leather straps. I don't have to be perfect. Just because the brown goes with the orange, so it's just there to break it up. All right, cool. One last thing we want to do before we start putting silver on this stuff. I'm actually going to use a base black because Major Blood has one awesome feature that every young boy always wanted. That's right, it's called an eye patch. And we just want that bad boy to be right there. All right, let me just double check my reference. Yep, I think we're good. We just need to get silver on that guy. All right, cool. Oh yeah, he does have a mustache, doesn't he? Shit, I totally forgot about that. Let's well, we got the black. Let's do his mustache too. All right. All right, it looks like I messed up his face, but I'm going to put flesh on his face. Don't worry about it. We'll fix it in post. I might as well give us fleshy bits now while we're at it. Cheek, nose. All right. It's really dark on this side of his face. Lighten that up. All right. He's got a little bit of a crooked mustache. Let's just fix his mustache a little bit. Like a handlebar mustache, kind of. We could spend all day on that dumb mustache, but we're not gonna. All right, who's ready for silver? I'm ready for silver, and that's called Runefang Steel. Let's do it. All right. So let's see. Well, we got a steel breastplate. We got a steel arm. Steel gun. Steel breastplate. Steel helmet. Oh, Red Hood. I did watch the Flash trailer, and I'm so excited. I was so worried they were going to even cancel that movie, but man. You can't beat Michael Keaton Batman straight up. And it just looks really cool. And if it's James Gunn approved, it's fine by me. So I can't wait for it. It's going to be cool. Also, the Guardians trailer looks really cool, too. Do-do-do. It is the silver ring. Just put some little silver highlights all over. All right, cool. Yeah, the old Batmobile was cool. And it also looked like, there might be some Christian Bale Batman in there. That Bat Psycho looked like. And, I'll take Supergirl every day. So that was pretty cool. It's a different version of Supergirl. It's a new Supergirl, but I can dig it. All right, guys, I think that's cool. Major Blood seems done to me. What do you guys think? It's a cake, right? Got a little bit of silver where I don't want it. We're going to just scrape that off a little bit. Cool. nice. And I like this look because it really looks like metal and it looks like beat up. The way to do that is to have that gray first and then just kind of dry brush it on and make it get this texture to it. That's really cool. I was going to think his mustache was screwed up, but it kind of looks like he's snarling, so I like it. All right, cool. Only 2 left. We got Dr. Mindbender, I think we're going to do next. He just looks like a wrestler. And who else could we? Oh, and then Copperhead, yeah. We'll see. We're going to do Mindbender first, and if Mindbender doesn't take too long. Here's Dr. Mindbender. He's basically all flesh. He's got purple pants and purple gauntlets and a black cape. All right, that's easy enough. So let's flesh him. Let there be flesh. Oh, I put it back. All right, there we go. Go on flesh. You will be bathed in the blood of your enemies. Yeah, I was never a big Dr. Mindbender fan. It was kind of like that. I think there was a story arc where basically Destro quit and they're like, oh, we need a Destro part 2. But we want someone that's crazier. But can't beat Destro. A Destro Zartan combo. That's the shiznit right there. All right. We've been going 2 hours and 20 minutes, and we've almost got everybody done, which is pretty nice. So who knew? Maybe Renegade can use this as a commercial that you can paint all of your box heroes and villains in 2 hours. All right. Let's get his purple pants. So what do we want to use for purple pants? I think we're going to use this new purple that I like to use called Luxian purple. I used to use the Magos purple, but it's a little light. I think this stuff is more of an actual purple color. Next time I do the painting show, I will readjust the camera so you guys don't see my hand the whole time. Sorry about that. It's been so long since I've done a show, I forgot to readjust the camera so you guys can see what's going on. All right. Purple pants and purple gauntlets, I said, right? So let's do some purple gauntlets. Oh, he looks so much like a wrestler, doesn't he? Roar! And it's funny, on his picture, these are just metal, but this looks like little Cobra emblems that I should probably make red. But I don't know. We'll see. All right. purple is done. Let's gray him up. So we're going to go gray on the boots. Yep, it looks like he has a gray cape, but I'm tempted to make his cape like a dark purple, just to keep the purple theme going. All right, these are definitely chains. Chains are metal. Metal needs gray behind it. All right, yeah, we're just going to make it gray. I'm a sucker for keeping things like the photo reference, even if I have some brighter idea to do it another way. Oops. Maybe I'll add a little purple to the inside. All right. Well, we went from 5 viewers to 3 viewers, so I know people are starting to wind down. I know I am, so this might be the last guy. Okay. I'm glad I went with the gray. They're right. He looks good gray. All right. Let's oh shit, I forgot his little baton. I guess it's a baton. All right, cool. No, oh yeah, brown. I want to get brown for his little thing. So we're gonna do brown. Score grunt of fur. Oh yeah, Mindbender has a mustache too. Like, what is it with these guys and mustaches? It's all very Village People. I guess that was a big thing in the 80s. All right, that's cool. Yeah, might as well go for this guy's mustache, right? Before I flesh him up. Here we go. Oh. Show me a mustache. Oh, he's got like a... He's got one of those deals. All right, buff guy, it's time to get some flesh because good amount of flesh goes on a little too dark, so we want to get some highlights. So get those delts, bicep bros. Do you even lift, bro? I mean, bro, come on, bro. You gotta lift, bro. I mean, bro, look at those abs, bro. Yeah, there is a monocle on his eye. You're clever. I would have never even seen that. Don't worry, we'll get it. Have faith in us. Yeah, that's the beauty about having these larger figures. I wish everyone would make minis this size now. They're really cool. I was worried because, like, typically when minis get bigger, there's bigger surface areas, and that makes the painting actually harder. But these have so much detail in them that they're totally easy and fun to paint, being so big. I mean, bro, this guy's got some muscles. All right, cool. It's head time. Come on, Chrome Dome. Mindbender. All right. Let's get some cheek, some nose, cheek. You know what he looks like? He looks like the guy from the Raiders of the Lost Ark that gets killed on the plane propeller. Sorry, there's a lot of little bits that I don't want to screw up, so I've been extra careful. And when I'm extra careful, I'm extra silent. All right, cool. I think we got him. Yep, he's cool. And now it is time to do some silver. Yep, this is the Kislev flesh. This is my go-to flesh. I always do Guillemot flesh first, and that makes like a darker flesh color. And then this guy, it's a layer, so you can kind of just layer it on as thick or as little as you want. And it just makes everything look real, which is what I like. All right, cool. Silver, and we're done. Runefang steel. Oh no, we're going to do that monocle. Don't let me forget about the monocle. Don't you worry. All right, so first things first. These are steel. Steel. All right, cool. His little gauntlets have some steel. I'm going to call it steel edges. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what Diana thinks of this game, because she knows nothing about G.I. Joe. She is, and you know what's funny is, like, if it would have come out today, I don't think I would even care, but when it comes out when you're a kid, just the things when you're a kid are just full of nostalgia. That's all corporations do today, is they sell bottled nostalgia. Okay, and then yeah, I want to do little rims on his boots. All right. Cool beans. Let me just do one last bit of flesh, and then Dr. Mindbender is done. I just have a little OCD about his mustache. There's a little bit of bit on his face here that is not mustache. That could be mistaken for mustache. Okay, and now the piece de resistance. Is this dude Bros monocle. Let's see if I can zoom in so you can see. It's right here. Yeah, mess this up a little bit. That's cool. Right? It's so funny what you can see or what you can't see. Kind of went a little over. That's cool. We'll just put some flash here to cover up what I did wrong. All right, cool. So that looks pretty good, right? I think I messed his nose up a little bit with the X-Acto. All right, cool. So here's the thing we want to do now. Because monocles are not white, they're like bluish color, right? So I have this glacier paint that's supposed to make things look like ice. It never really works out for me, but let's see if we can get it to work. Aha. I don't know that anyone will actually see it, but it's definitely monocle-y. Kind of too zoomed in anyway. All right, cool. That's it, guys. 2 hours, 41 minutes, and we did not get to Copperhead, unfortunately, but I'll crank them out before. And then also we did not get to show you all of these little guys, but these are going to be like single color jobs. I'm just going to color them really quick, but yeah, there you have it. Let's do one last review, and I think I'm going to call it. So we've got Duke. He's ready to lead the Joes against Cobra. Then we've got Stalker. Yeah, I hope I didn't screw up his mustache. I don't think I did. Let's do it and zoom in and see. Whoa. Oh no, I did him pretty good. All right, there's Stalker. We got Snake Eyes. I could probably make him a little bit darker. I just hate all black characters. And then there's CoverGirl. Whoa. Yeah, I really like the color of her pants. I did that pretty good. And then there's Scarlett. She's ready to kill you. Doo-doo-doo. And then bad guys, we got good old Cobra Commander. I love that little Cobra Sword hilt. That's class. That's classy. We got Baroness. Yeah, lipstick is not too much. It might be a little bit too much, but I'm not going to mess with it. And then we got Major Blood. Yep. And then we've got Dr. Mindbender. Doo-doo-doo. Cool. And there it is. I think I'm done, guys. So thanks for watching. And hopefully everyone had a good time. Everyone get excited about the game we're going to play on Friday. And yeah, I think that's it for me. So thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone, who stuck around. And yeah, we'll see. If you want to tune in on Friday, you'll get to see it painted, played, painted. We're going to play it, and you're going to see all of these little guys get painted. So, because these are the guys that we're going to be fighting against. So these will all be painted by Friday. And yeah, should be cool. All right, everybody. I hope everyone has a good night, and we'll see you on Friday. No show tomorrow, I don't think. So we're just going to do G.I. Joe on Friday. So hope everyone has a good time on Friday. All right, have a good one, everybody. Later.